Hello folks, hope you're doing well. This should be just a quick video hopefully. Well, in the last one I was pointing out the fact that you have people in the church who will say that I'm doing sort of hit videos about the church all the time, trying to attack the church, all this sort of rubbish, and that my videos are negative and all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Well, the pastor talked about in his message about recent posts, that because of recent posts and recent conversations, he thinks I shouldn't, he's asking me not to attend any meetings until he gets back from America. Cool. Okay, so recent posts. Me talking about the incredibly positive post talking about I fully believe we could be of his nature within 5 years. That's a very recent post. And with that one, that's incredibly positive. Wife, our job, our joy to his nature, very positive. Even with the one that talks about our standards aren't his standards, talking about the fact we need to raise the bar, that's positive because it's talking about the fact that we need to raise the bar. The video I did about Pastor Grant Gill was positive because I talked about the positives that he did in the area. Matthew. It says V20. Why it says V20, I don't know. It doesn't even have 18. So I'm going to amend that. 1 second. Let's amend that. It's Matthew 18, verse 20. It doesn't actually say 18 on it, which is a bit cool. Oh, now we've gone over the... Okay. So let's change that then. I have to take out the relationship of Abba bit on that one. You've got to have Matthew 18 verse 20 rather than just Matthew, because Matthew verse 20 doesn't really make sense. So okay, amend that, that's sorted. Okay, that's done. So Matthew 18 verse 20 was positive. John 15 positive. Again, I put John 15, it's not all of John 15 I do believe, but but I have actually put in that, read the whole of John 15, beautiful. Then before that was Matthew 18 verse 19, very positive. Help people to receive. And more on words being powerful. Yeah, that was positive. Certainly positive about helping people receive. Not compromising yourself, I think that's a fair point to make. Don't think there's any problem with that. People don't believe in God because of what they see in church. Well, you could say that's a negative one about church, yeah. You could do, I suppose. Yeah. From blind to seeing, then from unable to able. Well, I think that's positive. That's taking a negative and saying, okay, this is how you get from that to that and that to that. Well, I think that's a positive point. Blood of the Lamb versus blood of the Lamb of God. Again, positive. So, most of my videos are positive. Most of them. Certainly, I try and speak about the things that God wants me to speak about. Sometimes He's going to want me to speak about what I see because it's what He's showing me about His church, where the people in His church don't understand it's His church and therefore do it as if none of it matters. And it's not really his. So, But does that mean that I'm trying to attack the church or I'm trying to attack people, I'm trying to bring people down? No. So look at the way the videos last night actually ended. It looks as if they are today's from the 27th, but they were actually until about 1:45 in the morning last night. So, that's how yesterday ended with the videos. So, very, very positive indeed. So that people can choose to see you how they want to see you. Again, I think it's beautiful. In that measure of the man, there was that question. When people choose to see you in a negative way, how do you deal with that? What? even the person who's leading the church chooses to see you in a negative way, chooses to not let that go. Because obviously, if he's bringing up those posts where I mentioned about the person talking and the person worshipping, those posts, and the conversations we had recently, which was the conversations where we were talking about those, and he won't let anything go. Really? Really? So the pastor is one of these people who, when he gets to be in his bonnet, he won't let it go until he's got you to say, "Oh, sir, sorry, sir, you're right, sir." He won't let it go. He can't just understand that, okay, we agree to disagree where those things are concerned. You made your points, I listened to you. He thinks I've got to prove I listened to him by basically bowing down to his requests. Otherwise, those issues won't stop being brought up. Well, you're supposed to be teaching people how to deal with stuff, and this is how you deal with stuff? Really? Well, as I said, and then you think that you can have any power over my life whatsoever to say whether I can go to a church or not? As if I'm going to be hanging on in the hope that I can go to a church that is being led by someone who has no idea about how to deal with things. So it's quite simple. If you think that what I did was out of order, speak to God about it. God is the one with all the power and authority. God is the one who can do. It's supposed to be his church. So if you think it's all right to say to someone, they can't come to church, they can't have fellowship with people in that church until you come back. Really? Okay. No, I mean, I'm not going to say anything more on that, hopefully, because that really is between him and God, isn't it, really? Yeah. It really is. So all this stuff about not letting go of stuff, that's between him and God. He's spoken to me about it. He's spoken to me about those videos. He made his points, I made mine. There you go. I understand his point that he says I should have spoken to the people. Well, I've showed quite clearly that when I try and talk to people about issues, they don't bloody well like it. That they see that as me trying to bring things down. So, obviously, can't do that. Is that something that I need to fix? No, he's the leader of that church. That's something that he needs to fix. But instead of trying to fix that, he says he'd rather I don't go to that church until he comes back from America. Well, then basically his point would be, I suppose, that I need to speak to him about that rather than just go back. Yeah. I mean, talk about these leaders thinking that they are something that they're not. Yeah. But as I say, I won't have to deal with any of that, will I? For at least a couple of weeks. That's good. That's really positive. So, yeah, I'm hoping to get some really good positive videos going. I've just done the one on John 14, verse 6 to 11. So that was going on, or will be soon. So, yeah. So that'll be the next one to go online. Then this one will come after that. But, yeah, as I say, that's positive. So, yeah, the majority of my videos are positive. The majority of my output is positive. The majority of my way of seeing things is positive. So, anyway, there you go. You take care, God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful week, etc., etc., etc. Yeah. If people choose to see you negatively, let them do it. Bye-bye.